Alright guys, I just picked up an old tractor, old diesel B275 International. First thing I found was it wouldn't run. I went ahead and unclogged the fuel tank where it was feeding the little sight bowl there, cleaned the sight bowl out. See it there? Yeah, we can see it. And it turns on and off the fuel. The rack was stuck and wide open. You could pull it back and it would shut off, but it was stuck. And two of the cylinders weren't firing, so I took the side plate off and two of the pistons were stuck. That one and that one. This one I've got freed up. It's going up and down now when I turn it over. This one's still got to soak a little longer. And then I'll come back and I'll prime it and we'll see what good we did. But yeah, it seemed like it ran half decent on two cylinders. No smoking, good oil pressure. The clutch worked, the lift worked, the PTO works. I was able to get it to run on two cylinders after I cleaned out the sediment bowl and got it flowing. They've bypassed the fuel filter, it looks like. Yeah, this fuel filter's been bypassed. I'm gonna have to see what they did here. I don't know, that don't look right. But it did run, so we can run it just a few minutes anyway, and I'll find out what kind of cartridge that thing takes and hook it back up the proper way. I can see this fuel line here coming from this pump is bad, because you can see it getting wet as it's running. So it's probably a high pressure tube. I believe that's probably the fuel pump, because it's got the manual pumper on top. And I'm guessing that's fuel pump also. Alright, let me finish cleaning these things out here and getting them freed up. I think I've got, let's see, I can turn them over and you can see the back one. Yep, and I probably doused my camera with diesel fuel. No telling. But that one's going up and down. Still a little stuck. Not bad. This one's sticking still pretty hard. Oh, starting to free up now. Alright, we'll free it up a little more and I'll come back when I go ahead and start it. Alright guys, stay tuned. I don't know what year this thing is. It's old. Early 60s probably, something like that. Alright, get freeing this up a little more. Alright, y'all stay tuned. Alright guys, I got it back together. Got it pretty much primed out, I think. Pumped out, primed out. I've got everything out of the way here. This thing didn't have no cut off on it. Sounds like it's running on all four. Running up before. I don't know if there are any leaks. This thing's leaking. That hose is no good. Solved that problem anyway, but the rack seems to be stuck. I freed it up. Probably the governor's bad. Alright, let me take it apart and see if I can see if it's got a bad governor. It looks like this one's controlled by vacuum or something. Yeah, a little vacuum controlled. Must be it right there. Alright, let me take that apart and see what it looks like. I freed the rack up when I was inside here. It was stuck, but I got it to where it would move back and forth with the rod. I feel like I've got a spring load, like, yeah, it's got to be governor. Alright, let me see how easy this thing is to get off of here. Croissant wrench. I'm thinking diesel fuel is supposed to come out of this. I think it's all air, but I've got a container underneath there to catch it anyway. Going to be air actuated here, because this line goes in before a butterfly and after a butterfly, so I'm guessing. Told me, he said he pressure washed it. It started idling real high, so I don't know what he did. I did notice there was water in the pump, fuel pump. When I went to pump it, the water came out. Probably should have got a ratchet to do this. Would have been a lot quicker. Seems like it runs pretty good though. I was able to, I had it running on 2 cylinders, check the lift in the back and make sure the PTO works. I was only able to go the reverse, high and low works. The transmission, or the transfer case there. And he had it's full fuel lube, so that's a good sign. I didn't see anything leaking back there. He did say he had to put a front seal in the engine, which, like he told me, he didn't know anything about engines at all, so I'll be able to check a few things there. Make sure that it's tight. Yeah, there's some fluid coming out of here. There's supposed to be any come out of it. Not much came out. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to ratchet that one over the inside. That should work. Start out with this one now. A little spring pressure there. What it is, there's some slime in the bottom of it there. It's going to have to be cleaned up. Yeah, well, I think there's supposed to be diaphragm in here or something. Yeah, there's supposed to be a diaphragm connected there somehow. That's definitely the problem. Our governor shot. Got a shot of this on the inside there. That's supposed to have a, that looks like, yep, fell right out. I was trying to figure out how that came out. It's supposed to have a diaphragm around there, and there ain't one. And it looks like it's pieces. Yep, just pieces. So, clean the crap out of the bottom, fix the governor somehow. There's got to be some kind of plate that comes out here. Nasty. Alright, let me see if I can't figure out what I'm going to do with that somehow. But that's what the problem was. The governor diaphragm was shot. And that wasn't caused from him pressure washing it. Alright guys, thanks for watching. We did get it running on all four. Figure out what I can do for a diaphragm, if I've got to make one, or and if I could use leather or something like that. I don't know, we'll figure it out. Alright. Thanks for watching. Y'all take care. Alright guys, it's kind of a crude way of doing it here. I messed up once. This one come out pretty good. This will kind of straighten up as you tap it into the housing. But when I messed up was I cut the hole first, and then once I got it wedged in there, as you can see, it was offset. So instead of trying to line it up, just made another piece. It's leather. Actually, this is a thicker leather than I wanted to use, but that's what I had. So I mean, we only need, it looks like about 3/8 of an inch of travel, which, you know, there's a little more than 3/4 of an inch of travel, even with the plates on it. Even with the plates on it, I get a good amount of travel there. And like I said, it's only like 3/8. That's definitely 3/8. So now I need to line up and punch my hole in the right spot this time. But like I said, it was, and you just trim off, you go way over, like I did here. And when you're done, you just trim it off after you fold it back over. All right, well, I'll get this hole cut and get this. I'm gonna have to weld this back in here. Put the washer on it and weld it after I get it through, because like I said, my leather's real thick. I actually like to weld a nut or a bolt to the end of this to where I could screw that tight. Would make that a serviceable part. But I think we'll just weld it for right now. And let me see, this one goes through this side like so, and then up like so. So, all right, let me poke my hole, mark it, and then poke it, make it where it's good, and then we'll go from there. All right, guys, stay tuned. All right, guys, I got it lined up here. Got my hole in the right spot. I just went ahead and peened that with a starter punch till I could turn it, and I can't turn it, so we got should have enough travel in here. Looks good. Let me go ahead and install it and we'll see how it does. Trying to get some travel out of it, stretch that leather a little bit. Looks like it'll be all right. All right, we'll get it in there and see what it does. All right. Need to measure what the travel is on that thing. Let me come around here. See if we can even see in there. Probably too dark. Looks like you can see something. Line it up with a slot. Give it a spin to where it locks into place. There we go. Looks like we got full travel. And now there comes the fun part. This is kind of out of shape now, so it's got to be slowly pressed in all the way around to fit the hole there. Got part of it popped in. Yeah, I'll have to work that for a while. When I put that thick leather in it, made it larger. So I have to be careful and tap it all the way around to get it to fit. It was a real tight fit to begin with. Yeah, it's full throttle, so the spring will push it full throttle and that'll pull it out, so. Yep, I think we're gonna be all right. Just get it to fit, that's all. All right, let me get it in here. We'll come back when I get it all tucked in, and I still have to clean the housing and the spring and everything. All right, guys, we'll come back. Hopefully we solve a major problem here, because these things are hard to find. You can get them over in UK and over there, everywhere, about 25 bucks, and then, you know, they want 35, 40 bucks to ship it. And I had some leather laying around here, so I figured I'd try it. We'll see. All right, we'll come back in a few minutes. All right, guys. I got it tapped in there. It's not too pretty around the top there, but it's sealed and it works. So I can hear it air tight. So I think we're gonna be all right. Let me, I'm gonna have to soak this housing because this thing is nasty. It's a dirty, dirty one. And the spring. I probably ought to start it with it like that just to make sure that I can shut it down. Because we don't want it to, I can squeeze it back far enough to make it shut down if that leather's not good enough. I can't remember if I've primed this already. I think I have. It should start. Alright, let's back out of here. I'm going to start it up. Okay. Yep. if I turn fuel on. All right, let's see what happens. Oh, yeah, that's real good. Fuel just pissing right out of this line. Supply line. Yeah, I'm gonna have to replace that line now because I don't know if I'm gonna get that to start. It seems like it's primed. Last guy was using start fluid on it, which I hate. Let's do the nasty. Drop and break my housing here. Okay, she'll shut down. That's all I wanted to do. Make sure she shuts down. I think we're gonna be good. Let me get this housing clean, get it on here. My shop's full of smoke now. Get out of this diesel smell. All right, guys, I think we might have it licked. We'll see if that seal will hold vacuum. All right, we'll come back after we get the housing cleaned up and put on and get out of this diesel smell. Alright guys, I did notice this thing's got like a wedge to it, wedge on that plate. Push it in there and flatten it. And it worked good, wedging it in there and flattening it out. I did it without the spring on it so that I could tighten it down and push that piece in. Don't want to put a lot of tension on it. Snug it. Don't want to break these studs off. There. Make sure it's pushed in all the way around. Walk around them a couple times. Good. I can hear air. Yep. So we must be kind of airtight there. Now let's see if it does what it's supposed to. I didn't check any of these tubes to see if they were clogged or anything. Okay. What size was that one? Looks like it's going to be a crescent wrench size. Yeah. All right, let's see what happens. I'm still having to fix my hose up here, so. This diesel fuel is so old. I don't like doing that. not pulling hard enough. Yeah, diaphragm probably is loose enough. It pulled a little bit, but not enough. All right. Well, it was worth a shot. And I'm not sure why. I should be getting good vacuum off of both sides of that. Sometimes these little things up here get nasty and they don't want to work right. All right, let me investigate a little more and then we'll come back. Looks like it was the throttle. Yeah, looks like it was the adjustment on the throttle here we got to play with. Looks like it is coming unspun here is what the problem is. Got some adjustment we need to play with here. We'll get it. I think my diaphragm worked good though. Thought it felt like it was pulling it in. I just got to adjust my throttle. Somebody had messed the throttle up. It was running on 2 cylinders, so they were probably trying to get it to throttle up even more. Darn. Not that I needed this stuff, but I broke the ether tube here. All right, so far I think it's a success. Let me get my throttle adjusted down. Get the throttle rod. Here's what the problem is. Throttle rod. I went ahead and it was making it throttle open. It wouldn't throttle all the way down. This problem. So let me get some adjusting out of that, and we'll see how it does. All right, guys, stay tuned. We'll get this thing sooner or later. Too bad. We'll shut down, so that's good. Now I got to replace some fuel lines that are leaking like a sieve. And here I think it's my glasses and it's the lens of this camera. My glasses don't look too good neither. Can't see out of them either. Alright, let me clean this camera. fix some fuel leaks. All right, guys, my leather diaphragm worked fine. It's pulling enough vacuum to idle it down, so I think we're all good there. That looks like the only leaks we have is the this hose right here so far. I'll have to make one. All right. I've got to hook that fuel filter up too, as you can see. They've got it bypassed. All right. Y'all have a good day. Thanks for watching.